everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Tafara and today I'm gonna give you some tips on how to be your authentic self. A lot of people are lesser versions of themselves or they're copies of other people. I myself, I have suppressed a lot of who I am over the years because, trying to please people. I didn't want people to be disappointed in me. I didn't want people to be offended. I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I didn't want people to think that I'm weird or crazy. So I hid a lot of who I am. Over the years, I've learned though how to be more comfortable with myself, how to stop caring so much about what people think and care more about how I feel and what I want to express and how free I want to live. And not to be caught up in anybody else's box or bubble. Here are my 5, no they're not 5, I think they're 6 tips. Of course, the first one is stop giving a about what people think. The less you care about what people think, the more free you feel to be yourself. And I think that's a great way to live. I think that's something that we should have learned from very early. So many people go on paths that they didn't need to go on because they were trying to please other people. Ended up being unhappy because they're not following the path that they should. The things that you love, the things that you enjoy, the things that feel comfortable to you. Live your life how you see fit. Stop caring so much about what other people think. The second tip is to know who you are. Know thyself. There are some ways that you can try to figure out who you are. One of them is to dig into your history, dig into your past. This symbol right here inside of Africa is a Sankofa symbol, and it means to return to your past so you can know your future. And it's an important reminder for me to never forget who I am and to always dig deeper in my history, my past, my ancestry, so that I can stand firm and be grounded in who I am. Marcus Garvey said, a people without knowledge of their history, their past, and their origin is like a tree without roots. You're really nothing without your history. So it's important that you dig a little bit, try and learn something about your culture, your people, your customs, your traditions, language. Whatever you can learn about your history is going to help you to know who you are. Traveling is also a great way to figure out who you are. Sometimes you go and see other cultures and it becomes a mirror for you that you can see some things about yourselves and about your culture that's very different. It's a good thing to get out and learn and see how other people do things so you can see how you do things. Also, a good way to know yourself is to do some shadow work. Shadow work will help you to figure out some of the things that are in your subconscious, and they're not all bad things. Sometimes they're good things that are suppressed and you just need something to bring them to the forefront. And then there are also some bad things that you also need to work on. And there are lots of videos on YouTube about shadow work, how to do shadow work, or where you can get assistance with shadow work. The third tip is that you love yourself unconditionally. So you have to do some self-love work. You can start with some simple self-love affirmations. Write down some of the favorite ones, the ones that sound good to you, the ones that feel good to you. You can make up your own, you don't have to take from anybody else. And you repeat these to yourself every morning until it becomes a part of you. Never try to blend in. Be yourself unapologetically. Live in your truth and express your truth. Don't let anybody shame you for thinking or saying whatever it is that you want to say and doing things how you want to do them. Try to be comfortable being the person that you are in private in public. A lot of us are completely different when we're at home and nobody is watching. Yes, sometimes you have to adjust to your environment depending on what's going on, but you can still maintain your essence. People can still see who you are. Remember that you don't have to be in a box. You don't have to be like anybody else. You don't have to follow any particular program and you don't have to fit in any mold. Number 4, choose to be in spaces and around people that you can comfortably be yourself. Don't go to places where people are going to make you feel uncomfortable being you, or places or around people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Especially for a highly conscious person, you're a highly misunderstood person. And a lot of people can really only meet you where they are. Sometimes you have to give them grace and understand that this is where they are, and you don't have to share space with them because they're not going to understand you. Eventually, you will attract the people who are like-minded. You will attract your tribe, and you can feel comfortable around them being exactly who you are. Number 5 is that you starve your ego. You cannot be your true self if you're living in your ego, because you're not your ego. Your ego is the part of yourself that loves attention, loves to be fed, needs outside validation. The ego is about comparison and competition and materialism. Those things aren't who you are. It's important to know the difference. It's important to know when to use your ego as well, because your ego can protect you. There are some instances where you will need to use it, or people will walk all over you. Number 6 is deprogram your mind. How are you gonna deprogram your mind? Stop paying attention to all of the things that are brainwashing you. Be careful about the things that you tune into on social media. Be careful of the things that you tune into on TV, whatever programs that you're watching, because they're programming you. They're programs. Be careful of the influence of people around you. Take stock of everything that influences your mind and make adjustments. Go through a process of decluttering your mind. If you have to go to therapy, go to therapy. If you have to journal, journal. Read some books that are related to the things that you're interested in. Those things will help you to become more comfortable in who you are and not be so influenced by things on the outside. Number 7 is to continue in your self-work. Do self-work every day. You need to remind yourself of yourself and the things that you need to correct, the things that you need to change, the things that you need to adjust, things that you want to do more of, the things that you enjoy, the things that you love. Read some self-help books, go to therapy, anything you can do that will help you to deal with your traumas, any kind of work that is going to help you to master self. I suggest that you do those. Alright guys, so those are 7 tips on how to be your authentic self. If you guys have any tips, please share them below. We can always use more tips on how to be ourselves. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you will always get a notification when I upload. And we'll link up in the next video. Okay guys, take care of yourselves. Bye.